name is Adela Phillipson, and I am a real estate broker here in South Florida. And I sit here and it's kind of, I guess, behind the scenes of how I generate leads and how I've been doing so well by cold calling, circle prospecting. Hey, Matt, yo, yo, yo. Do you remember that call? Yo, yo, yo. Oh, it was funny. We are officially closed and funded on another one, and I got another another condo under contract, and I got the buyer again. So let's just keep rocking and rolling. It's Friday. You know how I feel about Fridays. Fridays and Saturdays are fun. Oh, and I got a come list me call, actually. Let me see. Sorry, let me get these comments up. Close. I was doing follow-ups. I've been getting some crazies lately. What's up with that? Is it the neighborhood? Sometimes those neighbors, it's so funny. I feel like they gather in a certain area, like personality-wise. Sometimes some neighbors are rough. And I'm like, dang, no wonder you guys are all neighbors. So sometimes you have to pivot. You're like, I'm over this neighborhood. They're all crazy. I don't want to do business in this neighborhood. I'm going to do the 2 line dialer, 5 rings. Let me get this going. I want to get on the dialer as fast as I possibly can. Nice, Adela, right? Oh yeah, and while I was headed to I was driving my seller to the closing for his signing session, I got a come list me call from one of my circle prospects. And I'll tell you, so I connected with her January 29th. She became a lead. And I did my usual. So this lady, I originally made a connection with her January 29th. I did my follow-ups, and she called me yesterday and she said that she absolutely loved the flower seed packet. She still has it. And she is currently away for work. But when she comes back, I think she said, because she's traveling, she said she comes back June 10th and she wants to meet because she has decided she wants to sell and move out of state for work. Because I guess she got a really good job position. So she's like out there for work, decided she loves it, wants to stay, gave me a call and was like, oh my God, I need to sell my condo. Can you help me? I'm coming back June 10th. And so I penciled in a date and she said, yeah, that work. I'll put in my calendar. Thanks. See you then. Woo, woo, woo. So I got to come list me call. So I am going to pencil her in to my calendar and see what happens when you circle prospect. Like, you get leads who will wait for you, who like, hey, can we meet in a week? Hey, can we meet in 2 weeks? Which makes my whole schedule so much easier to figure out. Okay, what's going on? Sorry. Matt, what'd you say here? I'm saying it's the heat. Oh my God, we had a serious heat wave this week. Had 100 degrees here. Dang, we're at 94 today. And I have to say, for Florida in general, we don't really crack like even above 95. It's just that we get to like 91, 92, and the humidity level really rises, which we're starting to feel. But today was 94. Dang, over 100. I grew up in 120 degrees, 115. That was typically like summer in
the person you're trying to reach
in Central California. So I know exactly what you mean about heat. I've been in Vegas when it was like 115 degrees. Good old Vegas. I got a call for 2.5 more hours to hit my goal for the week. 2 open houses tomorrow and 1 on Sunday. Wow, that's a lot of open houses. Good for you. Stay busy. Sorry, I'm going to mark him as a lead because he actually was talking about he's selling, but nothing is writing in ink. And then he was just telling me his whole motivation. And then he was like, you know what? I actually, if this doesn't go through, I'm going to need someone. He's like, so can you do me a favor? Send me your information. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'll just text you over my info and a card. And he's like, oh my God, that would be so great. Thank you so much. People normally don't say that in general. They just don't. So when they're like, oh my God, can you send me your information? It's like, whoa, what's going on? So I'm actually going to I'm going to do my little follow-up thing here. That was actually so funny. I don't know if you guys caught into that conversation. He's like, oh, tell me what you got. And I just told him what I said and caught his attention. And he told me exactly why he's moving. When people feel very comfortable with you on the phone to just like open up why they're thinking about selling, it's very powerful. And I really can't remember why FSBOs are expired, or why they would even open up when it's like 100 agents asking them. Okay. And assign action, check, done. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Where am I? Okay, so you're at KW. Cool. Jackie, yeah, 14 hours a week. Yes, Matt, that's so much respect. That's a lot. Power to you. Power to you. Oh, hello. Sophie, can you hear me now? Hello? It's okay. I let her go. Cut the cord. Hi, Alyssa. Oh my gosh, I read your comment and I was like, oh my God, I really got to respond to this because you were so sweet to take the time and write all that. But I've literally been so busy back to back, and I was going to message tonight. I was actually going to tell you to jump in today so I could see you and you're here. So that's awesome. Alyssa said, hi, Adela. I'm a new subscriber, but I've been watching your videos for a few months now. You're amazing and so inspirational. What an amazing community you've created. Oh, that's so sweet. So I was just going to say thanks to you and everybody who watches and everybody who joins is making this possible. So I appreciate you guys being here. It's so much fun because, as you know, cold calling, dude, is so boring. It's so lonely. Doing this for so long, I think it's the hardest part of cold calling is just like the dead air. Like, yeah, you can put music on, but let's face it, it is boring. And you start thinking and getting in your head and talking, and you come up with all the reasons. You start coming up with all these reasons why you should like walk away from the phone, when realistically sitting here and just like putting in the work, sitting in the chair consistently on a daily basis for 2-hour stretch every single time and like fighting the urge to leave is the hardest thing of cold calling in my Reginald? In my opinion. I know there are people, realtors that come on, they're like, cold calling is easy. I could do it all the time. And then it's like, but you don't. Gregory?
7, 5, 5.
So thank you for coming, Alyssa. Everybody welcome Alyssa. She's new subscriber. Oh, look at Sergio popping in with yo, yo, yo. Everybody welcome Alyssa. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for tuning in, and feel free to always say hello and join us. Feel free to do I think you mentioned you watched me on the replays, which was so awesome. Modern Wisdom. Hey, buddy, old pal. Hi, Adela. So you use Mojo as a dialer, but which platform do you use for getting leads? Mojo. And I have curated Mojo to also be my CRM, because I got so tired of people telling me that you needed this for this and this for this and this for this and this for this. And I'm like, whoa, that doesn't even sound right. Like, I should not need 3, 4, 5 platforms to operate my business. I've had businesses in the past. And I know that you want to have a high ROI. You want to keep expenses low. You want to have a high profit margin. And I think a lot of real estate agents, I shouldn't even say real estate agents, it's anybody, if you're a business entrepreneur of any sort, you start coming up with shiny object syndrome. And so I decided to analyze my numbers, and I was like, I just remember canceling a lot of my stuff and having my Mojo and going, I really like Mojo. I know I can get leads from Mojo. But what can I do to make, you guys don't even know what I've gone through in terms of like trying to create Mojo. Like, I've played around with so many of their little features, and I remember even calling Mojo, and they even have these like templates and like action plans and emails, and I've played with them. I've done my own, and even sending emails from Mojo I don't like, because I don't like the way that they look. They don't look like they're coming from me. And so I've just like tested and made mistakes within Mojo to create my CRM. Edna?
Please leave your message.
And they even have the calendar feature, which my mentor said I should get on. But it was so funny because I actually brought something up and he was like, oh, you have a good point. I'm like, I know, because I've made the mistakes. So now I've curated finally, a simple, easy way that doesn't get me distracted, that doesn't give me shiny object syndrome, that just makes my Mojo my CRM, and that I've tried so I don't lose track of my leads. And it's just simple now. So I do everything on Mojo. I should correct myself. Mojo's
Not available at the tone.
Mojo is my dialer where I get my names and numbers and my CRM. As far as emails, I use and my website, that is totally separate. And that's a whole nother story I don't want to confuse you on. Hi, Sergio. I saw you there. Yo. You're so funny. Matt said the same thing when he popped in. And you know what? It was Money by Zeros who was asking about expenses. And I feel like maybe I should break down my expenses as far. Nancy said, I'm obsessed with Mojo. I agree with you. Learning to use the feature it offers work to streamline keeping track of 100%. And they do have stuff. It's just the features that they do have, and I know I have not explored. I was just gonna say, so I know Mojo has a lot to offer, and I have like watched their YouTube videos, and sometimes they're really boring, no offense. You got to watch that on like 2x. And I know I've called and I've asked him about things, and I know there's more than I even am aware of, but some of the features I have tried, and at least I've tried them, experimented with them, and knew that I did not like them. And so I would like cancel certain features. Even the feature, you guys, where you like have API Nation and it's $15 a month. And with a click of a button, it sends the data from Mojo into your iPhone. So you don't have to manually input it into your phone. I've done that. It glitches. Like I've experimented a lot with Mojo. And so that's why I manually do it, because I also like to do it a certain way, which if you have the process, you know. But yeah, I've experimented a lot with Mojo, and now the way that I have it is just perfect and it works for me. Hi, Adela. I'm doing 30 open houses in 30 days in addition to making my calls every day. Oh my goodness. Contact. Girl, I gotta give it to you because I could not do 30 open houses in 30 days. No way. So I'm sure your business is about to blow up because that's a lot of work for sure. Good job. I don't even know how I would go about doing that. I watched someone try to use My Plus leads for circle prospecting data. I would not recommend it. Mojo makes it so much easier. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. I know of people who have, but I've never seen anyone actually do that before. Well, that's good to know. Just stick to Mojo. What was that one guy who was talking about Red X? But I'm like, it's okay. I'll just stick to Mojo because it works. It's simple. It's easy. I get results. Why mess with something when it's not broken? I just got done finding vacant listings around my neighborhood area, trying to knock out 3 open houses every Saturday. Ooh, that's nice. So do you guys like reach out to the agents? I'm curious what you say, because so many of the agents here, I remember trying to do open houses, almost everybody would say no. They'd be like, if you're not part of my brokerage, I guess there's like so many, they just feel like competition, I guess. And a lot of them would just say no. They're like, oh, we have a rule that if you're not in our brokerage, we're not allowed to let agents do our open houses. I'm like, what?
Now, the person you're trying to reach.
And then it was so silly because when I was at that traditional brokerage, I didn't want to do open houses on some of them. So I'd ask some of the newer people if they wanted to do open houses, and more than 50% of the time they would flake out last minute and not do it. And I'd be like, dude, I'm with my family. And now I have to like rush over to not let the seller down. So Matt said, getting other brokerages to let me host open house for them is a hurdle though, right? Yes, 100%. I don't know how you guys do it. It's such a hurdle. Like, what do you do and say to get them to convince to say?
Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave me a message.
To say yes, because here they're like, no, 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 no. 30 and 30. Love to hear how it went when you're done. Yes, please let us know. That would be really nice. All right, where were we? Oh, sorry. That was a very interesting call. I'm actually going to exchange. I guess, what is it? Networking? Figure out how we can work together. That's what I did too. I found vacant listings and I'm going to do open houses every day in the afternoon. After making my calls in the morning, I'm going to go live on social showing the house. That sounds like a terrific plan, if you ask me. That sounds amazing. Last time I did 30 and 30, I got so busy. I sold 2 million that month and I couldn't finish the month out. Wow. Oh my gosh. I hate open houses just as much as you, but I figure if I'm not busy, I got to do it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. If you're not busy, for sure. And it's funny because Matt had mentioned that the other day. Like, if you're not working, like, what are you doing? Like, and it's crazy because I've met so many realtors where I'm like, come do this, do that. They're like, I'm on vacation. I'm on a cruise. I'm going to go golfing. I'm going to go to a spa resort. And I'm like, you're not even working. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, where did I leave off on these comments? You guys have been blowing the chat up. Was this it? Yes. Carolina, that's awesome. I'm doing Facebook Live videos at my opens and shooting walkthrough for my YouTube channel as well. Nice. I've never done that Facebook Live successfully. I don't know how you do it, Matt. Awesome. Even if no one comes to the open house, the universe rewards action. Yeah, I called the people I know. I heard that from a lot of people too, but there are some that will allow you. Yeah. There are. Oh my gosh, I have to catch up on these. Jackie said 90 minutes each, only putting 2 to 3 signs out and spaced 30 minutes apart. Yes, Matt, you're smart, because I think the biggest mistake is doing that whole 20, like all those signs, and you're just like all hot and tired from picking up the signs and putting out the signs. It can be a racket. Back on the dialer. What market are you in? Matt is in Dallas, Fort Worth. He's in Burleson, Texas. I think I watched the same video on YouTube about that idea. Yep, I saw it on Mike Sherrard's channel. Ah, is that where you got it? Yes. There are some good little tidbits from some of the people that belong to his like EXP group. I realized the 2 I converted from open houses walked in, liked me, exchange information. We were submitting offers within 2 weeks. So I think I need to just do as many open houses as possible. I agree. Just do what works, right? Do what works. Good thinking, Matt. I like you. Matt is a hard worker for sure. So are all of you. I have to say, everybody here.
And forwarded to voicemail.
Everybody here is taking action, working, doing stuff. Even if you're working full-time, part-time, I know you guys are totally hustling on the side, which is awesome. Michael?
At the tone, please record your message.
Okay,
When you
where
finish,
was I? I watched some guy on YouTube said instead of going to the office, he goes to a vacant open house and sits there sometimes the whole day, sometimes twilight. Wow. Where am I? Okay. That's actually super smart. I would do that too but obviously have kids and dogs and gotta take care of the house. One of the guys I make calls with is doing virtual open houses, and he's doing 2 or 3 while he's in his office. Wait, I'm so confused by this. Sorry, I have hiccups now. One of the guys I make calls with is doing virtual open houses, and he's
it's your voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
And he's doing 2 or 3 at one time.
Your calling session is now complete. All records have been called based on all settings and advanced filters.
Oh.
To log out of the dialer.
While he's in his office making. Oh my gosh. Jesus. While he's in his office making calls at home. I don't even know if I understand that. Like, what does that mean? What do you mean he's doing virtual open houses at the same time if he's at his house? Do you mean he's like running ads or like launching them, or like just the MLS? I know there are some realtors who do these like virtual walkthroughs of other houses that are in the MLS. And then I know people have gotten into trouble because then they go like, I didn't give you permission to promote it or market it without my permission, even though it is online. And that's so controversial. And I think I had like seen some guy out of Idaho doing that and some guy out of Ohio doing that. And then I was like, I know they used to do it back in 2018 and then 19. But then I guess during the pandemic, more people did it and then they got in trouble. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. But then how do you do that when you're even on the phone? Wow. I'm so curious how that even happens. I'm back in. All right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. How do you even ask people? Well, I only ask for their group because there's no way I'm going to be asking. There is no way I'm going to be doing open houses. But if for anybody else who wants to do it, just kind of curious how you even get people to say yes to that. Layla, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Might be a time travel thing, right? 100%. Abraham? Must be a time travel thing. I'm kind of curious, like how that even works. If I'm thinking of the right thing about MLS, obviously there's always a risk and a reward to everything you do. But I was just noticing people were getting into trouble for that, and I was like, it's like I'm just going to learn how to do my listing walkthrough videos instead of these virtual ones. And I really don't know the engagement of it. I really don't. I just know like if I can put my walkthrough listing videos on YouTube, not only do I have the possibility of getting the buyer for my listing, but I'll also get monetized, compensated by YouTube for my listings. And now I have like a little following of buyers on my YouTube channel as well. So I'm starting to get buyer inbound leads for free through my YouTube channel by just promoting my listings. I've got 9. I'm going to hit up after dialing. I'll report back with how it goes. I'm kind of curious. I wish I could see like what it is you do and say to get them to say yes. That'd be very interesting. Okay. I think I totally caught up with all your comments. All right. If you guys have any other questions, let me know.